So, for any of you who don't know what I do on TikTok,
Like, how often do you shave that? How quick does it grow back?
oh, dude, it'll be back in about 2 weeks.
Like your whole personality, your whole body just shifted completely into it. You just
Oh, I
manifested
know.
into somebody different. That blew me away.
It's a shapeshift, dude.
My God. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of The Wind Down. I'm here with a very special guest, Chandler Cooper. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, this is great. Can't wait. We always start with, did you bring your favorite drink?
I did bring my favorite drink. It's a yerba mate. I'm not really into teas, but well, this shit is like all organic energy drink. Basically, it's like a shit ton of caffeine.
In 10 seconds, can you tell me what you do?
I am a TikToker, and I take my shirt off and I pose, but it's all been a ploy for music, and finally I'm making music, so that's it.
I just want to commend you. The fact that you have this as a ploy for your music is like chef's fucking kiss.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, it's a big commitment. Everybody talked to me about how it was gonna blow up in my face because it's like ableist and like that I was making fun of people that are like special needs, but it wasn't ever that. Like it was like put me on a lie detector test and I'm gonna pass it 100% of the time because what it was. Do you actually want to hear the inside scoop about like what where the character came from? It's actually
Of
a really
course.
interesting story.
Of course.
It's an interesting story. So I had been making videos. I've been on this app since 2015, and I've been making these videos. And to preface this, I don't even know if my sister knows this, but this is actually so. My sister likes a couple different types of comedy, and it's like she has a very specific taste. She's 19. She has a very specific taste. One of them is like when people say like racist or uncomfortable things, I would do this face, right? And another thing is like people would like scare me. If people scare me, I would puff out my stomach and do that thing where I just puff out my stomach. And she also loves jokes that hit too long to hit or take too long to hit the punchline. So, um, my sister went through something pretty traumatic that I hope no one has to go through. And she was very depressed, crying every day, very sad. And I had been doing this on TikTok, trying to get it to take off, and it never took off. But I decided to put all of the comedy that she likes into one video just to make her laugh, and it blew up. And then I was like, "Oh, I'm going to I'm going to keep doing this." And so I just kept doing it. Once I started gaining like, 10, 15,000 followers from it, which I was at like 200,000 to begin with. When I started getting like 15,000 followers off of it, I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm making an album. Let me just commit to this cuz it works."
Mm.
And then when the first single comes out, I will break character. So that was May, and in December is when I finally broke character, posting every single day. Like in most of these videos, I'm hungry. Like I was homeless in Los Angeles making a project. So in a lot of these videos, I hadn't eaten for 2 days and stuff like that. I'm doing all this stuff like every day, just committing to the TikTok. And so I think yeah, I mean I and so it was a massive commitment. June, July, August, September, October, November, December. It was 7 months of like not breaking.
What was the point where you thought, oh shit?
I'm gonna give you an exact amount right now so I don't look stupid. The oh shit moment was I gained 20,000 followers in a week and a half, and then 2 weeks later I gained another 20,000 followers, and so I was at 40,000. And people look at it like numbers a lot, but Madison Square Garden is 20,700. That was my moment of like I'm everybody sa- everybody always says that like, oh, you got lucky, you found a character. And it's like I didn't really get lucky because I'd been building this thing for building this account for 6 years, and so but like to think about like in a week I would sell out Madison Square Garden twice or in 2 weeks, you know what I mean? Like that was my oh shit moment. And then all these milestones. I always looked at creators and I was like, you know what? They're like famous when they get to this point. Because I was at 200K when I started, 250, 300, 350, 400, and I'm like, and I'm doing nothing. Like I'm putting no commitment into it other than shaving my body at request.
Okay,
Which,
that's
yeah.
something that I want to bring up, because during this is the biggest thing for me, was during Spider-Man No Way Home, and when the promo for that was rampant online. What made you decide to do a spider logo in your chest?
Okay, so I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, like unironically dressing kind of like Spider-Man my whole life. Um like I have a Spider-Man kimono and shit like that, and I saw online on Etsy it was a movie quality mask. Tobey Maguire, the original 2002 Spider-Man. There was a mask online for like $400 with the shipping and the upgrades and stuff like that, and it was perfect. And so I told my mom, I was like, "Hey, this is all I want for Christmas is this. Like, if you want to get this for me, it's all I want." Because I was gonna I was gonna wear it to the premiere. Not like I went to the Spider-Man No Way Home premiere, but like the local one where it's like, oh, this first showing. We order it, it comes in, I put it on, I fall in love with it, and instantly I'm like, wow, I gotta make a TikTok with this because it's such a good mask. And I had just seen this guy on TikTok, um, who has the exact same mask, and he just reacts, like has a video above him, and he just kind of sits there. And so I was like, I have to incorporate my character into this. I instantly went to TikTok and I searched up Spider-Man, and I found like the third video I found was this guy falling from a building. And so I decided, oh, okay, I'm just gonna act like me in character and have to overact because you can't see. Like I need people to know the face I'm making under it. So I did the whole like that under it, and then went like this, started like looking around so people would like be able to imagine. And then somebody just commented. I hadn't been taking requests for me to shave because I hadn't seen those comments. And someone said, I just imagine him shaving a Spider-Man logo into his chest. And so it just showed me like that, shaving a Spider-Man logo. Me and my dad did it. We sat there and we like drew it with marker, and then we like trimmed the whole thing and did the whole thing. And then I just made another video with the Spider-Man theme and me coming out with the mask on, but with a big ass spider on my chest.
It's
That's history.
I've got two questions leading from the past conversation. One, bringing up your father. At what point did you think to go to your father to bring him in on the project?
I never did. I never I never thought of it. My dad on his TikTok, you can scroll. He doesn't post super often. You can go like three or four rows down. He would just take videos of stuff. The outside, oh, there's a fire, there's a car accident on the side of the road. He would just take stuff like us all having like our family time and stuff. But when it was musically, I was staying with this guy Taylor Holder in LA and Hollywood, and we had all these like musicleers over, musers, whatever you want to call them, doesn't matter.
Musicleers? I've never heard anyone
Musically,
say that.
I know, and I was like a verified muser, and it's
Muser.
like I still don't know what to call it. It's how little I pay attention. But yeah, I was staying there, and there's this guy Mark Thomas. Shout out to Mark if he somehow finds this. I don't know. I don't even think he follows me on anything. That's why I say that. And so shout out to Mark. But my dad was like following him, and he saw that, and so he followed back my dad. And my dad instantly just thousands and thousands of followers. So my dad got to like 10,000 followers. And my dad's like my biggest fan. My dad sits there and he just observes, goes through all my comments and stuff like that. And so he was like, "Hey man," he had a few beers in him. He was like, "Hey man, I want in." I was like, "Want in on what?" He goes, "I want to do what you're doing." He was like, "Let's make some TikToks, dude." And I was like, "All right, let's
That's
do it. Let's do it."
phenomenal. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he was like, "What do I do?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't even really know. There's no formula for what I do." I was like, "Just kind of act like a robot or whatever." And so because my whole thing was like iPad baby. I thought it was really funny. Look like an iPad kid, but with my body hair and stuff. And so my dad makes a video, and we forget to tag me in it because it's like it doesn't really matter. And these videos are doing well because I'm in it and my character is like really growing. And so we make this one video, and I forget to tag myself in it or whatever, which really doesn't matter. But he gets like 7 million views on it and like 800,000 likes. And like for me, it would have been like for me, it would have been like game changing to get 800,000 likes on it on a video at that point. And so he just like then he gained like 40,000 followers in the next like 3 or 4 days, and it was like crazy. So yeah, my dad actually is the one that approached me with that idea of like, hey, let me in on it.
I would
But
not
everybody
have
always
thought
asks
that.
that. Yeah, people always ask me. They're like, how did you get your dad to do those videos? How much do you have to pay your dad? I'm like, dude, he hits me up every night and he's like, dude, we gotta come up with a TikTok, man.
Do you have a name for that character?
I don't. I'm open for suggestions, so anybody who's watching this, just comment some name suggestions and we'll put it in a hat and figure it out. But I don't. It used to be I used to back when I was like 17, it was cool to have like little alter egos, and I would do this face. It looks so different with a beard. But it would be like, "Oh, hey, dude." That's like still to this day when I see some people they talk to me like that, and we called that character Phil. And it was Phil but like really misspelled. So
Okay.
but, but other than that, like no, I don't have a name for it.
Well,
I need one.
I can go about all the socials trying to find you a name with my little
Do it,
reach.
please.
I'll get one for you.
Yeah, I feel like the name would be like Beef or something. Just an awful
Boff,
name.
boff,
Bob, Boff,
boff.
Carrot,
Yeah,
something stupid.
okay, so you said at the start about your music career and how this character that you've created basically has merged into this, I guess, marketing strategy, which is like
Yeah,
absolutely phenomenal. When the hat
thank you.
dropped for me, I was like, that's smart. That's really smart.
Thank you.
So when did you start actually creating music, and how are you right now with your music stuff?
So I started taking it very seriously in 2010. I was in 7th grade, and I had some friends come over, and they were like, "Hey, we're about to start like a whole rap career. Like we're gonna be famous rappers." And I'd never even like listened to rap, and I was like, "Nah, I don't like that. They just talk." And they were like, "Nah, dude, like you don't understand. Like this is a way to express yourself." And I'm in 7th grade. And I thought Eminem was black at this point. I thought he was a black rapper. And they were like, dude, we can be like the next Beastie Boys and Eminem. And I said, yeah, I would love to be the next Eminem, but I'm white. And like I literally had no clue. Like my parents raised me on like Journey and Foreigner, and then started getting really into Bruno Mars. And so yeah, I knew nothing about it. And then uh they showed me some Eminem songs, and I was like, yeah, I'm not interested in this. It's way too serious. And then they showed me Ass Like That by Eminem. And then from then on, it was game over. I started writing every day, and I consistently wrote every day, or written every day, even like little just punchlines for 5 years until 2015. And then 2016, I wrote like maybe 3 times that year. And then 2017, I released a whole album. Like, so I've been at it for a while. I've been doing it for a minute. And then so 2017 is when I released a project, but I've been singing my whole life and coming up with little melodies and singing lyrics. My mom tells me about it. I don't remember it, but I'd be really little, couldn't even write my name, and I'd be singing like brushing my teeth or combing my hair, like taking a shower or like stuff like that. And so I've been doing it for a long time. But yeah, 2017, then I released single 2018, 2019, I started to rap again. And then I quit in 2020, and then here we are. Made a whole full album.
Are you independent or are you signed by somebody?
Completely independent.
But, talk to me a little bit about the album. Is there a kind of narrative behind it? Talk me through it.
Yeah, there is. So I was dating a girl for all throughout COVID 2020. We start dating, and I just fall deeply, madly, head over heels in love with her. That kind of love where it's like, wow, I didn't know that this love was possible. I've never felt love like this, and things like that. Just that we were about to move in together. We got approved for an apartment, and then some stuff happened, and she ghosted me and left me without a warning. Like I didn't see any warning signs or anything like that. And she just left and cut off her whole family, stuff like that. I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but I was like, psycho texting her, like, "Whoa, what's going on? Like, why? Like, what is this?" And she was posting a bunch of shit about me online, and then I was just devastated. So for like 2 or 3 weeks, I just couldn't eat. I couldn't swallow food. Like I just could not stomach it. I get so nauseous. I was losing so much weight, and I just couldn't eat. That's why Eye to Eye says I can't even feed myself. Can I just be myself again? It reflects on that because that was the first time I've ever been that depressed. And I had a bunch of money saved up for um, the apartment to start making payments in the apartment. So I'd been working my ass off, and I decided to make a whole studio, which I'm gonna move this, but like got my mic, some stuff right here, got some, so I decided to do that, and then with the leftover money, I was like, you know what? I just spent all this money on a studio. I'm gonna go put a down payment down an album, and the album's cost me $10,000. But anyways,
Holy fuck.
yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
So the like Eye to Eye itself, Eye to Eye after everything was said and done was like $3,000.
Okay.
Which that's with the music video too, but like just that one song was 3,000. It's a 5-song EP. But yeah, I decided to go out to LA, and therapy wasn't working, so I decided to go out to LA and just kind of let my creative juices flow, put myself in crippling debt, and create a project to help myself heal and help other people heal. So I tried to make a zero skips album where no song is the same genre as the last, and no song can and you can't say that a single song sounds like another song. So Eye to Eye is the most pop song on there. I have the next one coming out. It's a punk rock song.
You tell me that you're good friends with a lot of big TikTokers. You're in that community a lot. Tell me your best, first of all, and your worst experiences, if possible, with
Best and worst experience.
yeah.
Okay. I think my one of the best experiences that I had was um for a lot of people who uh are interested in that realm or interested in like the punk rock realm. I'm not very interested in the punk rock realm or anything, but there is this guy. His name is Jaden Hostler. He had that song with Nessa Barrett where it's like la da dee oh la da die wanna be a superstar, and that's like his biggest song. He from what I know of. But I was at a party one time, and I kind of see him, and he had just released his song Angels and Demons, so he was pretty fresh off. And I had heard that he was like working with Travis Barker and stuff like that. And so I see him, and I'm like, oh shit, it's Jaden Hostler. Like, is with TikTokers, you don't really get blown away, and it was the same thing. Yeah, you see them, and you're like, oh, there's the guy who does this. Like, you just don't really care. But with Jaden, I was like, this kid has like mad talent, and I've heard so much about him, and like all my friends are always telling me how funny he is and how cool he is. And I see him from across the way, and he looks at me, locks eyes with me, and then we just kind of look away. Then we lock eyes again. I'm like, God damn, why am I keep fucking staring at him? I keep staring at this dude. I need to stop. And he goes, yo, you Chandler Cooper? And I was like, oh, fuck. And and then I go, yeah, and he dabs me up, and he's like, bro, you're funny as fuck. And then, so that was a cool one. And I'll tell you one more cool one. When I was 17, I was still on Vine, and I really looked up to this Viner named Aaron Doe. And Aaron's like one of my friends now. Like, he's super cool. But me and my friends would just sit there and watch his vines constantly over and over. And this was my senior year of high school. I went out to LA for spring break. My friend Taylor invited me. So I go out there, and Taylor says to me, he's like, yeah, Aaron Doe is coming over. And I was like, Aaron Doe, Aaron Doe. And he was like, yeah, dude, don't be weird about it. Like, it's cool. Like, just whatever. And so I had like 100,000 followers at the time. Aaron had like maybe 1.52 million followers, but I was just like, Viners are different because the Viners were always a little bigger than life for some reason. For me at 17 in that realm, the Viners were like much bigger than life. And so, basically, we were all in a hot tub, and I was just kind of had my feet in, and my friend Taylor, he goes, "Hey, Aaron's at the door can you go get him? Because I'm still in a hot tub. I don't want to leave him waiting. And I was the only one that was out of the hot tub. And I go, yeah, for sure. And I'm like freaking out. And like, I take his keys and I go downstairs and I'm like, okay, do I say, hi, I'm Chandler? Do I like dap him up? Do I like, act nonchalant? I'm like in the elevator just picking apart and I'm like starting to kind of freak out a little bit. I'm starting to like panic. And so I go down and I open the door and I go, what's up? That's all I could say. I was like, what's up? And I open the door and he goes, hi, we're here for a Taylor Holder. And I said, oh yeah, I'm his friend. I'm Chandler. He goes, you're Chandler Cooper. He was like, I know who you are. I see your stuff all the time. How are you? And I was like, and that was my biggest moment of like starstruck, but also like humbleness. You know what I mean? I still look at that as like one of my coolest experiences, and my idol recognizing me and shit. I think is a cool thing.
I've never obviously been in. I'm in Northern Ireland. I'm in the UK. There's not many people that like are from here that are like big LA stars that you just kind of cross paths and all that shit. So like
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that. That I have some friends in Ireland.
So to me, it's like it feels virtually impossible. Like just to always, there's always stories of people just bumping into each other, and LA's fucking massive from what I can tell as well. So I'm like just always confused.
Like 4 million.
Yeah, I'm always confused. Like, how the fuck do you meet each other? Like, it's always the one party that everybody meets at. I don't know.
Worst experience that I've had was Jake Paul. Logan Paul. Logan Paul is he's a good dude. I love Logan Paul. And you know, I hope this interview podcast thing blows up so that Jake gets in my DMs and asks me to box him. I would do it, but I'd get my ass kicked. No, I'd get my ass kicked, but you do it too for a check, you know?
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't get a punch in. Yeah, I can't. I've never boxed. But no, my first experience with him, he was in a G-Wagon. Like a lifted G-Wagon, what they call like the Mercedes trucks, basically, like the lifted G-Wagons. Look like big Kia Souls. And my Uber driver was parked and like letting me out, and I was about to open my door, and he like cuts him off, and he just starts yelling at him and cussing at him and saying a bunch of shit and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. Jake's in a bad mood. Whatever. It was my first time seeing Jake. And then I go and like 2 days later, I'm in an elevator, and Logan was living at the building. And we're in the elevator, or I'm in the elevator going up, stops, door opens, it's Jake. He comes in, and he looks at me, and then he looks at his phone. He's like this, looking at his phone. And I go, what's up, dude? And he goes, and I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll just make it more awkward. So I go, I'm Chandler. And he goes, I've never fucking heard of you. And I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck? And then I saw him again at like this party. And then I was like with some friends. I know, what is it? But like at a party, and he goes, what's up? I'm Jake. And I was like, fucker. So it was kind of like I've never heard of you. Then I'm at this like muser party. I think I said TikTok party or whatever. I don't even know if I said what kind of, but yeah, that was like musically YouTuber party or whatever. And then he like introduced himself, and I was like, you're a dick, dude. It was more ignorance to a situation. But I'm gonna tell you a story about Bryce Hall, because I love Bryce. I think Bryce is one of the coolest dudes I've met. But he was obnoxious as hell when he was younger. He's really cool. He's exactly what you see, but he's a loving dude. In 2017, my friend was having a birthday party, and in Texas, none of my friends like have pools or whatever, and so they had his party over at my house. Cool with me, fine by me, whatever. My friend and his girlfriend had just split up. Bryce was getting with my friend's ex-girlfriend. They had just broken up, and she got invited to the party, and Bryce was like all up on her and shit. And so we were like, dude, like stop, like chill. And he was like drunk, and he was like, no, I'm gonna do what I want. And so my friend's ex-girlfriend was like feeding into it, and she was like in front of him on his birthday. Like it was my friend's birthday, and his ex-girlfriend's here like with Bryce. And my friend starts crying, And then my stuff starts happening and I start crying. And so I'm like heartbroken. We're both heartbroken. My friend's crying in my bathtub upstairs, and I'm sitting on the outside of the bathtub crying. We go back downstairs, and we're like, the show must go on. We go back downstairs, and my friend's still crying. I'm like, and Bryce just looks, and he goes, hey, 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 hey. I know everybody's crying, but check out this backflip. And he just did a backflip, and then nobody said anything. And he and he goes, okay, are we really just gonna ignore that fucking backflip? He goes, it was a badass backflip. Stands in the grass away from the pool, does another backflip. And we're like, Bryce, nobody cares about your backflips.
God,
But
dude.
it was just a frosting on the cake. But yeah, that was a couple years ago, and Bryce literally had no clue what he was doing. He was just drunk, and nobody had given him a heads up. Hey, this girl's off limits.
When you're not, or you're not making music, we need to give him a name. I'm sorry, there needs to be a name. When you're not being frank, or making music, what do you do yourself to wind down?
As of now, man, I do DoorDash from like 9 a.m. until like 6 or 7 p.m., which for a lot of people in other countries, I've realized DoorDash isn't a thing. DoorDash is you know what DoorDash is? We have
like Deliveroo, Just Eat, Uber Eats, yeah.
Okay, it's like Uber Eats. Yeah. It's actually exactly Uber Eats. But yeah, that's what I do, and then when I come home, I'll literally just plant my ass in the. I gotta pay off $10,000. You know, I don't do a whole lot of unwinding, but I'm gonna give a little shout out. I got one of the Oculus Quest 2s. My good friend Juan Navarrete, aka Chubby, he got it for me as a surprise when I first went to LA, and so I spend a lot of time on Pornhub. I spend a lot of time watching, playing games,
watching movies, just
watching.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The porn's unreal. The porn's unreal, but I don't. I only show it to my
that though.
Yeah, no, but I spend a lot of time on playing PlayStation or that, but it's usually like it's not a lot of time, like 30 minutes a day kind of thing. Because I'm just like, but yeah, I'm usually like, how I unwind is I used to drink a bunch of alcohol and smoke the vapes and then go live on TikTok, and now I quit the vapes. So, but yeah, I'd go live on TikTok for like 2 hours and then go to bed because I'm in the zone now. I'm trying to get as many people to listen to my stuff as possible.
2 more questions to end it off. One being, if you were blasted off into space and you could bring 3 creators from TikTok, 3 other TikTok creators in a small shuttle, who would they be and why?
Oh, wow. Hank Green.
Okay,
because Hank Green... I'll say each one and explain why. Hank Green, because that man knows everything about everything, and I feel like he would, if he doesn't know how to navigate a spaceship, I feel like he will learn instantly by just common sense for him. Probably that guy Jerko1. His name is Jerko. He has like a mullet. He's like one of the funniest dudes I've ever seen in my life. Oh, my friend Cody Ryan. He's a TikToker. But he's like one of my best friends, and we never like argue or fight or anything. So I think it'd be cool to be stuck in a place with him.
Even in a tiny pod.
He used to come with me to the DMV, which is the Department of Motor Vehicles. Yeah. I think is that what it said? Yeah, and I'd have fun. Okay, cool. Fair. I don't know if that's what the acronym is.
Yeah. DMV, yeah, but not here. It's like
boring.
Yeah. Final question to end off, which we do quite frequently. If you were a cat, what would be the first thing you would do?
If I was a cat. Oh, I got it. If I'm a house cat, we're just going to assume I'm a house cat.
Okay.
And I just spawn in with some owners, and I've been there for a while. I would get my claws and start writing messages on the walls.
Okay. So
that way they're like, what the fuck?
So you would have your past human brain, but in cat form.
Oh, is that not how it is?
I mean, I've never heard anyone say it like that, but that's phenomenal. I like that.
It'd be cool, right?
Scare the shit out of the owners.
I had a friend when I was younger, and he had a cat, like a small little cat, and he would sometimes, because we were fucking dumb, like 3rd graders, he would shit in the cat box just to see how long how long it would take for his parents to take the cat to the vet.
Imagine, because I have a cat, right? I can just imagine going downstairs in the morning and seeing a human-sized turd log, and be like, Gus, man, that's no bueno. We gotta call somebody. And what a great way to end the show off. Chandler, thank you so much for stopping on by, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
This was a phenomenal talk. If there is anything that you want to promote, anything you want to say to end it off.
I got dumped. Here's an EP, LOL, coming soon. Thank you guys. Have a good one.